Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be looking at some classic board games, and I was thinking about doing a full video of just all the classics in one big video. I thought it'd be better to actually break them down and make some smaller videos instead. And so like I was looking at like Atari, for instance. Like they have things like blackjack, backgammon, and checkers, all the classics, right? And even Intellivision, all the older systems had them. I mean, there wasn't any of like Monopoly or any of those licensed games. Like they were just too complex for these systems to handle that. And so I thought what I'll do is I'll just kind of like when I do my comparison videos, let's just take the same game on different systems and see how they look, see how they match up. So the first one I've decided to do is Othello and Reversi. Now, it's pretty much the same game. I'm not really sure why there's a difference in names. Like I know they're pretty much following the same rules. I could be wrong. I remember Othello. My aunt taught me how to play this game when I was a kid, and then later on I saw Reversi, and I saw that's pretty much the same game. So I don't know if it's just a licensing thing, like maybe somebody owns the name Othello versus Reversi, or maybe there is a slight rules variant. I don't know. But from what I can tell, they pretty much play the same. So anyways, I'm going to play Othello and take a look at it on the Atari 2600, and I'm going to compare it and look at Reversi on the Intellivision. Okay, let's start with Othello on the Atari 2600. As you can see, it's really just a square grid. The Atari didn't really have a lot of the capabilities of creating the nice circles that we see in some of the other retro games. So most things ended up being square. But I mean, that's besides the point. It's still the same game. It does give you some options, but I'm just going to start. So it looks like the first player, the computer, went first and used the black pieces on the white pieces. So I'm just going to, let's see here. Yeah, my skills at this game, it's been a long time since I actually played this game. So I'm probably not as good at it. But obviously the idea is you want to try and corner the black pieces and turn them all into white pieces. Then they all flip over. And the more you can get in one single row, the better. Like that. Sound is not really there in this game. I mean, it's just obviously the pieces flipping over. Graphically, it's it's doing its job. That's what it is. I mean, it's not too bad to look at. It's the same game that you would play anywhere else. Whoop, whoop. I think it goes a little bit slow pace, but I mean, let's be honest here. This is a board game after all. Let's see here. Oh yeah. I remember I learned this game a long time ago at my aunt's house. She taught me how to play this long time ago. It's kind of fun. I think they did a pretty good job of recreating it. I mean, it could have been a lot worse looking, if you think about it. I don't think I can go there, right? Yeah, if you try and make a move, the computer makes that, yeah, whatever sound you want to call that. Reminds me of the sound often you'd hear on the Intellivision. Overall, though, pretty decent. It's Atari. Alright, now we're into Reversi. This is, well, Reversi and Othello, I'm pretty sure they're the same game. There might be a slight variance in the rule. I didn't really look it up too much, but I mean, as far as I know, when playing these games, they pretty much follow the same rules. So let's get started. Now this one gives you a board size, which is interesting. So you can go with, I'll just show you the differences there. That's the little board there. So if you want to play a small game, unfortunately you have to reset it if you want to go back. And then you can hit board size medium, and you get that size. And then you can go to the big board size. And then ask you if you want to do the 1 or 2 players, which is good. It's always good to have the computer player in case you're by yourself. I mean, I always hate that when games only have the 2-player option. And if you want to play by yourself, what are you gonna do? That didn't sound right, but hey, let's just keep going. So let's hit that skill level. I don't have the overlays, so I'm not sure what the skill level I'm going to select here. Obviously, the computer didn't like that button. Ah, there we are. So you can see this one is a little bit more graphically pleasing, but it's still the whole, kind of looks very square. But I guess, that's the game. And this one also has a different, it starts off with nothing on the board, so you kind of select your spot. And you got to build up those 4 parts. I don't know if that's the difference between Reversi and Othello. Maybe somebody might know. But the interesting thing with this one is, before you lay down the piece, you can push the Intellivision has the 2 buttons on the side, the 2 fire buttons. So you can push the bottom one, and it kind of shows you what the move's going to do before you make it. So I could say, if I want to put it there, it's going to turn that one black. So then I can hit that button, and there you go. And I can do the same thing. If I want to look and see if this is going to be a better payoff, hey, there we go. It still yells at you just like in the Atari. Almost makes the same sound. See? Nah. And then you just got to remember how your moves can work. Oh, illegal move, illegal move. Making illegal moves all over the place. Okay, perhaps I forgot what color I am. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I know. Okay. Is it there? Ah! Okay then. I think I thought I was white. Yes, I'm black. Whoopsie. Very easy to forget that. Overall, though, I mean, it's the same. Pretty good version of, Othello, which is also Reversi, which is the same thing. I just like this mode. I like how you get that option, though. Then I could be like, well, I'm going to score 3 here to that. This one I'm going to score a lot more, so let's just do this way. Almost as it's like when some games give you a hint as to what the best move is. I remember playing on the PC, like playing things like chess and all that, you'd have that option. It's kind of cheating because the computer tells you what the best move is, and all of a sudden you're no longer playing the game, the computer is. Much like the Atari 2, this one is lacking in any kind of real sound effects except for the, you can hear that, you can hear it move. It makes a little bit of a sound, but, and then when you lay a piece down, where can I go here? Let's just do that. Lots and lots of points. Too much excitement going on. Oops. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. I mean, if you're into this kind of board game, I think that this would be, perfect. Back in the day, especially, you wouldn't have had anything like this without playing the actual board game. I mean, I think Intellivision did a pretty good job on this one. So yeah, I mean, both games did quite well, I think. Overall, they're not that graphically pleasing. Even the Intellivision one, which seemed to be a little bit better, but at the same time, it's it's a board game. What do you expect? And you have to think, like, these board games, they weren't really designed to be graphically pleasing in the first place. If you look at any of the old board games, like, they're just very basic looking, And it's more about the skill and the actual playing than it is of the look and feel. I know we've kind of gone away with that, away from that with modern board games of today. A lot of it's got to do with artwork and graphics and all that other stuff. But overall, I think the games played pretty well for the system that they're on. The Atari, I think they could have done a little bit better on it. But like I said, would it really have mattered? I think that the point is you got to play this type of game on a system that, at the time, there was probably not a lot of other competition for playing things like this. Sure, you would have had your computers, but even then, a lot of the old computers didn't, the graphics for something like this wouldn't have been that appealing. And the sound effects, a little bit irritating at times. It's just, that click sound, just a little bit. No music, of course. I don't know if that would have been a good thing, though. I don't know. Putting in more sound would have been a good thing because at that point you might have something that's distracting you from thinking, especially if you're playing against the computer. You want to keep that your head clear. So maybe it's a good thing that the sound is not really that present in these games. Overall, I think they both are pretty much on par with playing Othello or Reversi. I wouldn't say either one of them is inferior. In fact, I like them both. And maybe if the Atari had just a slight bit more graphics, they would be pretty much the same. I don't know. There's not a whole lot you could say. I mean, the games themselves aren't overly exciting. It's more of a strategy-based game, and that's what these were. And they did a good job doing it. So, if you have either system, I would suggest picking them up. Anyways, yeah, so that's just my little comparison. I mean, I know there isn't a whole lot to look at there. I mean, the boards are, they don't change, and there's not a lot you can do. But, I mean, it's still exciting to see the differences on how they made them work. Maybe the next time, I think I might try backgammon, which is interesting because I learned how to play backgammon just by the video game alone, so it's kind of cool. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you ever played them. Let me know if you know the difference between Reversi and Othello. I don't know if there's a difference, but it'd be interesting to know. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.